Happy New Year, everyone! Today we're in Rio de Janeiro. We're going to see our second wonder of the world, have an amazing Brazilian lunch, and anchor offshore of Copacabana Beach and watch the fireworks for New Year's.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we're living that full life aboard Royal Caribbean's 9-month, 274-night Ultimate World Cruise.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so today
we're in Rio.
Rio, that's right. It's amazing. Place we've never been, and that's what we're finally getting to. We'd been to many Caribbean islands. Now we're really exploring places we've been so excited to go see. And as we pulled into Rio, which is in a bit of an industrial port, we were very blessed with Serenade of the Seas. We got pole position, so we did not have to take a shuttle bus or anything.
Right.
We got to walk right out, walk across and through the terminal, and we boarded buses to go see our second world wonder.
Yeah, modern world wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Christ the Redeemer.
Yes.
That's up on Copacabana Hill. We had a nice bus ride going there. They took us through the city and they showed us just many areas downtown, which was quite lovely.
Got a nice tour of the city on the way up. They had warned us. They actually probably way over-warned us. Friday in Rio was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And when we got there on Sunday, it was a little bit of overcast and the temperature was only 74 degrees. So the temperature was good. They did warn us about the crowds once we arrived, because what you do at Christ the Redeemer, you arrive at a lower train station and then you take a train all the way up to the top of Copacabana Hill, and then from there you can walk upstairs or take an escalator, elevator to get actually up to Christ the Redeemer. There certainly were crowds.
There were, but boy, was the weather nice.
Yes.
I think it was probably about 74 degrees. It was slightly overcast, but not cloudy, so we were able to have great views.
Yes, we had wonderful, and in fact, after we left, the clouds somewhat covered up Christ the Redeemer, then pulled back. Our guide said that lately it's been a lot of clouds and that we were just extremely fortunate that we had great views of the city and of the Christ the Redeemer statue itself. While we're up there, as we said, there's quite a few crowds. You have to have a lot of patience. There's crowds at the train station, there's crowds getting on and off the train, and then certainly at the top, boy, you have to pack your patience because everyone's trying to get the perfect Insta shot, and you just have to kind of wait, and eventually you'll work your way to the place where you want to take your picture. I think what's important there, though, is to take time to reflect.
Well, absolutely. There were people up there who were praying, who had tears in their eyes, getting to see this beautiful statue, and it is a good time to meditate. And we worked our way to the front where we've got beautiful views overlooking the city. It overlooked Sugarloaf, which is another high hill. There's a couple high hills that have a cable car that run across them, and it was really quite a spectacular view from up there.
Yeah, and then we worked our way back to the base of the statue again and had a really nice surprise.
We did. So at the base of the statue there is a small chapel, and we went inside the chapel and we're taking in its beauty and just having a moment of prayer. And we were sitting up getting ready to leave, and we see a priest coming in, and you went and asked him about Mass.
I just looked and said Mass, and he nodded his head, and he was putting his vestments on, so we turned around, sat back down, and here on a Sunday at the foot of Christ Redeemer in the small chapel, we got to attend Mass.
That was like the icing on the cake for me to get to do that at Christ Redeemer. That was just
It was just
so cool,
almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
So that was really wonderful. We after mass we worked our way back to the train and met our group there and took the train back down to the bottom and rode this tour we didn't mention. So this tour was arranged as part of one of our included tours. So if you remember us mentioning in our very first video about going on the World Cruise, Royal Caribbean's including 7 tours of the World Wonders. So you've seen the first one, hopefully. If you haven't, go back and look at our Cozumel and Chichen Itza video. That was the first one. This is the second one. And so this is all included in our cruise fare. And, you know, they have little surprises, which we didn't know. And one of those is they included a churrascaria lunch. So that's a Brazilian steakhouse. In the United States, at least, and actually I think it's one of the more popular around the world, there's a chain called Texas de Brazil, there's Fogo de Chao. It's a place like that. And they included that for our lunch and bussed us to this restaurant, and it was wonderful.
Right, and it was very similar to those places that maybe you've tried in the United States, a Brazilian steakhouse. They had the buffet of all the salads up front, but then we sat at tables. In fact, Royal had the entire restaurant reserved.
Yes.
So we got to our table, and they just start bringing out the food. Of course, they brought the Brazilian bread balls that are filled with cheese.
Those are so good.
Yummy.
Yeah, just everything. The food was excellent. The service was beyond. It was just impeccable. It was funny. They talked about, well, you get a beer and 2 wines and the Kasasha drink and all that.
Their national drink.
Oh, they just kept bringing everything to the table, including drinks, and it was a wonderful. Just ate way too much. It was incredible. And then we walked out of the restaurant, and it's in a great location. We got a couple pictures of Sugarloaf Mountain and Christ the Redeemer again, and then they bussed us back to the ship.
They did.
Yeah.
Just in time, though, for us to get ready because it's New Year's Eve.
It is. And so we made a bit of a rookie mistake here. And speaking of rookie mistakes, I want to ask you to not miss the opportunity to subscribe to our channel.
You're too funny.
And so be sure, we are going to continue to put these videos out, and we love to feel the love. So reach down and hit that subscribe button.
Thank you, friends.
And if you can, turn on the notifications as well. And then we don't put out a ton of videos. We try to get one out every few days, but when we do, then you'll get a notification that, hey, Mike and Nancy have a new video out. So thank you for supporting our channel and doing that.
We're glad you're here.
We are. So we were back on the ship. We had to get dressed, and here's a rookie mistake. We had New Year's Eve dinner at the specialty steak restaurant on the ship called Chops. So
right.
After eating all that meat,
we had planned Chops in advance because thinking, well, it's New Year's Eve, let's have a nice dinner.
Yeah.
But we had a fabulous lunch. It was just too much
But
food.
we pushed through, and they had a special on lobster dinner there at Chops. It was really good. But the more important thing was just having dinner with great friends on New Year's Eve. So
That's
at 8 o'clock, we had that dinner. And after that, we went up to the top deck, and all of us were up there and just had an amazing time getting ready for New Year's and the fireworks. Our ship pulled out and pulled around. And again, we mentioned pole position. Our ship had the exact middle position among 7 cruise ships right off of Copacabana Beach, and then we all just celebrated and waited for the fireworks, which I tell you what, why don't we just let them see what it was like on the countdown and the fireworks going off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back. You can see that was absolutely incredible. I will tell you, for me, from my personal experience for it, New Year's, as we've gotten into this empty nest phase and a little bit older, New Year's is, we might get a call from the kids and it's like, oh, Happy New Year, and we go to bed. We're not the big go downtown amongst 50 million people and celebrate and do that. I mean, it's usually like, we love you, to the kids, and we go to bed. This was probably the best New Year's Eve we've ever had in
I
our
think
life.
so.
And
Yeah,
we
it
heard that
really
from
was.
several of our friends up there. They said that they've never had a New Year's Eve like this before, and I would tend to agree.
Yes. One thing you might notice is what we're all wearing. It's tradition in Brazil to wear white on New Year's Eve. It's a sign of good luck, a fresh start for the new year. And so we are all wearing white.
We were. And so we celebrated the New Year, and gosh, I think we were out till about 2:30 in the morning. And in fact, Royal
That's
even...
late for us.
It is. That's late for anybody. But Royal even opened up the buffet late at night to have some food for people as they were finishing up all the celebrating. And you can also see that each of our friends, we all chipped in a bottle of nice champagne, and yeah, there was a lot of champagne drunk.
Too much champagne.
But no, we had a wonderful time, and then we went in. The next day was a sea day. Royal was very smart into having a sea day, and we're getting some relaxation as we head down to Montevideo, Uruguay, and that's what we're doing now. So we hope that you've enjoyed this little glimpse of Rio de Janeiro and the second world wonder of the world, Christ the Redeemer, and what New Year's was like over Copacabana Beach.
We wish you all a very happy new year. Have a beautiful day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, friends.